Well, hello everyone.
Hi!
Hi.
Welcome.
Let's just say I appreciate General Ginkgo's response.
Title of the
saying-
stream is concerning.
Yeah, the title of the stream is concerning.
You should maybe be a little concerned.
For we are caffeinated.
I just took one sip of my drink. That was so good.
Hello, fellow piles of dirt.
Woohoo!
May all of your dirtness be dirty. Did you miss the pile of dirt conversation?
No,
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was here.
Shelby missed all the conversations about the dirt.
Hi, Wad. Welcome, everyone.
So apparently, we all are, in fact, piles of dirt.
Hoosiers bought fancy yarn. I'm looking right now. I can't miss this. Vancouver. I love that. Give me 1 second, actually.
Well, hello, everyone. Caffeinated piles of dirty. Using some orange brown. Ooh. Allergies getting
Okay,
to
I'm
you.
back. Fancy
What
yarn.
we got here? We got what? Vector, Wad Tomato N, Cynical Peanut, Blood Walrus, Hoosiers, Penny Bomb Arcade, General Ginkgo, Paint Liquor,
It's so fancy.
Video Game Archaeologist, Ghost Hunter. Okay.
Hoosiers, what are you gonna make with it? That yarn is beautiful. I've always wanted to buy yarn in that form.
What was the form that it was purchased in?
They're called hanks, so it's like a twisted. It's like yarn that's been wrapped in a big loop, and then they twist it so that it kind of like twists together, and then they secure it. So it's just like a little twist of yarn.
Hmm.
Usually, that's like hand dyed.
Hmm.
Socks. I really need to. I need to learn how to knit.
You should.
It's so hard. So today's prank, we should pile everything in Jen and Jason's office on top of their desktops.
I can tell you that that is not a thing that you would ever want to do.
I don't think that's possible. Jason has a glass case in his office. I don't think I or anybody else could lift that.
Also, bear in mind that there's a lot of boxes of Age of Angre in Jen's office.
So many boxes.
So that doesn't really work super well, guys.
No, it sure doesn't. Well, happy pre-Friday, everybody.
Yeah. It kind of feels like a nice lead-in day to Friday.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of feel. We had a great lunch meeting today.
We did. We had a really good lunch meeting.
We had our big monthly staff meeting, which was great.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that the beginning of the week was when I unloaded some more go bags outside in the sun.
Yeah.
It feels like so far away.
Well, it wasn't yesterday.
No, but doesn't feel like it was this week.
Fair.
Was that also the crazy stream day, or was that Tuesday?
Which crazy stream day?
Good
There have
point.
been a few of them.
The
this
Legs
week.
and Eyes stream.
It was 2 days ago.
So Tuesday. Okay. It's all coming together.
It was Jen's first excursion out of the office,
Yeah.
which I believe was Tuesday. Well, Shelby, you're in charge of the one crazy topic question of the day.
What? How am I in charge of it? I can't just make these things happen. They just happen.
Well, I'll just wait patiently here. Painting up a beautiful model on stream until Shelby comes up with a plan.
Ghost Hunter, we didn't let it sit there. We told the driver we will not be receiving that this late in the day. Send it back.
Well, not send it
Not
back.
send it back.
Deliver it at not right now.
Deliver it on Monday. So
Yeah.
they had to figure out where to put that and then come back on Monday.
But they did. They brought it back on Monday.
They did. Great.
They figured it out. They found a solution.
Yeah, I think it was like 20 pallets of go bags.
20? 39.
39?
Yeah.
On the second truck?
Oh. Your number seems correct.
Okay.
It was 39 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of go bags. We did it. Got it done.
Don't ever say we don't do anything for you guys. Those pallets, there were a lot of them. And we did it so we could have go bags for you guys to consume. Don't eat the go bags.
Don't eat them. They probably wouldn't taste very good. Chaotic good. I mean, Shelby is here. That's me.
All right. I got a question.
You have a question.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing to cook?
Yeah. You're like, you know what? It's Saturday. I
Mhm.
got nothing to do today. I really want to get down and cook this thing.
It depends entirely on how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm craving something specific, or if, yeah, it really just depends. Because sometimes I legitimately will just slice up some mushrooms and then cook them in a pan with garlic and thyme.
Okay.
But
You'll just eat them like that.
I'll just eat them like that. I love mushrooms.
I
Mushrooms are
also like
so
mushrooms.
good.
I generally have them with other things though.
They're so good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do a ton of, like, I won't just cook for fun. I'll cook if I am wanting to eat something specific.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, in general, there's like I would say there's probably like 2 or 3 things that I would say I generally crave that I cook on a somewhat irregular basis.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is cinnamon rolls. One of them is risotto, and the other is Japanese curry.
Mm.
Those are kind of like the general 3 for me.
Big 3. Ghost Hunter said Shelby's favorite thing to cook is her boring ex-boyfriends.
Dang. Shelby was getting cooked pretty good last night. Or yesterday during stream.
Yeah,
She was getting roasted.
it's alright.
Did you survive? Did you survive the night?
I think so.
Yeah, you're alive, you're here.
I slept, so didn't lose any sleep over it.
Dang. Way to throw it back in their faces.
But she gives him sick burns. Look, I was just stating facts. It got out of hand. Whatever. Fine. I'm trying to think of what. I do need to bake more.
Okay.
I want to bake more.
Oh, what's a thing that you've never cooked that you've always wanted to learn how to cook? How about that?
That's a good question.
Or something that you wish like you'd like spend some time to like figure out how to cook. Like for me, I'll start bread.
Mm-hmm.
Not a thing I cook at home very often.
That's not cooking.
Homemade bread.
That's not cooking.
Baking. Shush.
Thank you.
You know what I mean.
Do I?
Cook, bake, whatever.
You're cooking bread. I don't know if I know what you mean.
Shut up. Why I oughta.
Yeah,
See
bread.
what I have to deal with, chat?
I'm sorry. It's an important distinction. You don't cook bread.
You know what I mean.
You can't just
when I
add
say
things
it.
to bread like it's some sort of art project.
Well, you kind of can.
No, you can't.
You kind
It's
of can.
all it's very important to have the right ratios and the
Yeah,
things.
but then you can add some stuff in. You can add a little bit of like, some Parmesan on top. That sort of stuff.
You're still baking.
Fine, whatever.
Cooking bread, is that a euphemism for counterfeiting money? It kind of sounds like it.
It could be actually.
Exactly, Papa Chicken. Cooking is art, baking is a science.
Fine. Then one of each from the Peanut Gallery and Shelby.
I have always wanted to learn how to bake bread.
Okay.
Specifically sourdough, because
Yep.
I absolutely love sourdough.
Sourdough just requires so much,
It requires a lot of trial and error.
and you have to get it's usually good to get a starter from somebody.
Bread in general is actually really trial and error because it can be so different based off of where you live and what kind of oven you have.
Yeah, humidity,
and
oven.
it's all so dependent on those things. So you have to really, you gotta really be committed to learning.
Committed.
I think I would like to learn how to use our Traeger smoker.
Ooh, okay.
I'd like to learn how to cook meat well, I think.
Like to smoke or grill.
Smoke.
You guys have a Traeger?
We do.
Jealous.
Amazing. Smoked salmon. Oh. So good.
It's fine. I come from a place where it's pretty easily accessible at all times of everywhere on every time.
Easily accessible.
Me,
You know
my
what,
name is the Shelby.
Jordan? Some of us aren't as fortunate.
You come from a pretty cool place too.
No, where is Game Delay when you need him to talk about sourdough?
Oh yeah, Game Delay's our resident sourdough master.
Yeah. Need him to teach me the ways. Sourdough ways.
Teach us. We're a team here, Shelby. Don't you let down your teammates.
Okay. Yeah, I love watching like the Great British Bake Off because they do so many cool things.
Never seen it.
What?
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
Are they properly British?
Very.
They're very.
Most of them. Some of them are from different United Kingdom countries.
Oh.
It's very good. It's very fun to see them baking things, and especially on like the technicals. There's one part where they only get directions and like all the ingredients, but it's usually something that is like a traditional dessert.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may know it, some people may not, and so they just have to follow the directions and try their best. And that one's always very fun.
I remember that everybody got so excited about it all out of nowhere. Got very viral for a short period of time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, they don't like soggy bottoms.
What on earth is a soggy bottom?
You should watch the show and then maybe you'll find out.
Or I could use my powers of conversation.
Nope.
And inquire
Won't work.
as to the reference of the soggy bottom.
Nope. My favorite words are claggy and stodgy. There's some really good words that I know exactly what they mean from that show. Like, you tell me something stodgy, I know the exact texture. Claggy, I'm there. I love it. They use such weird words.
Well, it's kind of just Brits in general. The English.
Video game archaeologist said, I like how you're a team when Jordan can get sourdough. Yeah. What's up with that?
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
He
What's
knows,
that?
he
I need
knows
you to explain
exactly what
yourself.
I'm talking about.
I need you to explain yourself, please.
Treebeard, I was saying that I really want to learn how to make sourdough. But I hear that Game Delays, he has a bit of an attitude about teaching others, apparently. What Papa Chicken said. Oh, I bet he's got a sour attitude about teaching others. Never mind. I rescind my statement. Sourdough is my favorite bread in the entire world.
I quite enjoy a nice sourdough.
Yeah, there's just no other way to put it. One time my friend like gifted me a loaf of sourdough that she bought from the store, but I was so happy.
Yeah, I'll do lots of things in my life. I will not give up bread.
Oh no.
No. I'll eat grilled chicken and asparagus or broccoli or whatever for every other meal. I will not refuse
Yeah. You'd have to
a nice, delightful slice of bread.
rip it from my cold dead hands.
It's just so good. And the
It's
thing is,
so
all
good.
of the alternatives are just not as good.
All of the alternatives, especially, so here's the thing, like, homemade bread is especially good.
Oh, yeah.
Because it doesn't have
For
all
sure.
of the extra crap in it. Ugh, it's amazing. If you want to get really fancy, you can use, like, French flour or, like, some sort of European flour. Because their wheat is processed differently than ours.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'd have to say that you import your flour from France, and
then people start making fun of you.
and then you get made fun of. Irish soda bread. I've never had that before.
I've heard about soda bread. I heard about it. It's come up on the waves.
Papa Chicken, that's a terrible question. Let's say you have to give up bread or cheese for the rest of your life.
Nope, not happening.
Which do you choose?
Nope, I'm not picking. Make me pick. I ain't doing it.
Here's the thing. Dairy makes me break out. So if I have too much of it, it does
Nope.
hurt me. It hurts me.
No.
So if I really had to,
Nope.
I would choose
Nope. Don't
to
pick.
never have cheese.
They're one. They belong together.
Yes. But
Nope. No buts here.
okay, but think
No
about
buts.
all of the breads, Jordan. Think about your pumpkin bread, your banana bread,
Mm-hmm.
your other breads. I don't know, fancy loaves, fancy lemon loaf, or whatever you want.
Think about your goat cheese.
Yeah, I know. I understand what I'm doing here.
I think you're making poor decisions here. Just imagine your sandwich without the goat cheese.
We have to do one or the other. You
No,
have to
there's-
get
no,
rid of bread or cheese.
No, I don't have to say yes to that.
Oh my gosh.
I can just say no. Pick something else.
He's just refusing. He's just refusing to answer the question now. I would choose to give up cheese because of the toil that it causes me. Does it stop me from eating it now?
So,
no.
okay. So here's the thing. What breads do I truly care about that that cheese are a component of that would be significantly less good without the cheese? Pizza.
I just want to eat pizza.
Sandwiches.
It's probably better for me anyway. There are cheeseless sandwiches.
Actually, I just remembered there are cheeseless.
Can make
Cheese. All right, cheese can go. All right. I've convinced myself cheese can go.
Hi, Avian. Oh, spinach orange bread? That sounds really good.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds really odd.
It sounds
But
odd. But
probably good.
But I can understand the flavors.
I'm not even sure I can understand the flavors. However, very intriguing.
Video game archaeologist, I agree. Goat cheese and fruit preserves is incredible. But the bread, man.
But the bread.
PB&J and cheese. Yeah, apparently Jordan is putting cheese on all of his sandwiches, which includes his peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, not bad.
Gross.
If you find the right cheese, it's probably good.
Actually, when I was going to school in Germany, there was a kid there that would put Nutella and cheese on his like bread every morning, and he would have that for breakfast.
I mean, that sounds freaking awesome.
Nutella and cheese.
I think that sounds delightful. What kind of cheese, Shelby?
It was like some
Cheese is a quite diverse.
It was like some mild white cheese.
There's a lot of mild white cheeses that.
Well,
exist.
just that flavor, just mild and white, like Havarti.
Probably fine.
It's like maybe it's Havarti or something. I don't know, but
all right. So I'm trying to figure out what color I want to shade.
Nutella
gold
is
with.
hazelnuts, Avian.
And I'm thinking we do a little bit of green. We do a touch of purple. So mayhaps we do something in the dark yellow, green plus plum range.
It is still a nut, but that feels weird because you're adding sugar to it and it just tastes chocolatey. I just don't. I can't get behind the whole cheese and Nutella thing. Do you say Nutella or Nutella?
Nutella.
That sounded like a combo.
Nutella.
Nutella?
Nutella.
Nutella?
Nutella.
Nutella?
Nutella.
I can't even.
Nutella.
Nutella, not Nutella.
Nutella.
You're the worst right now.
Well, that's how I say it. It's
Yeah,
Nutella.
can you maybe put some enunciation on the part that I'm asking for?
Well, maybe there isn't enunciation that belongs next to the part that you're
I'm not
asking
saying
about.
that there is, but to make the distinction currently,
Right, but what if there is no answer to that?
there is an answer. Probably.
I mean, it is Nutella.
It is.
It's N-U-T,
Right.
not N-E-T.
Nutella?
Nutella. Nutella.
Nutella. I say Nutella.
It's Nutella.
I say Nutella. Because, you want to know why, though? Because it's Italian.
That doesn't help you here.
I think they would say...
To be frank,
I think
that
they would
doesn't
say
help you.
Nutella. Nutella. Like that. Not Nutella.
They could very easily say Nutella.
No. Nutella. That's how I feel.
Well, go ask
Good old
one of your Italian
Good
friends.
old Ferrero.
Ferrero Rocher.
I wanna shake that guy's hand for inventing Nutella.
Did the Ferrero Shapers
Yeah.
people invent Nutella?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
I actually had no idea that
I would
happened.
bet so much money on it.
Well, hold on now. Shelby just did a thing where she said, yes, this is how something is. And she's like, I would be willing to put money on it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how that works. You can't be an authority on a thing if you don't know for sure if the thing is a thing.
What?
You just said that for sure Nutella
Yeah.
was created by
Nutella.
the Ferrero Rocher people.
Yes.
And then you said, I'd be willing to put money on it.
Yes.
That, by definition, says that you are not 100% confident.
How?
Because, look.
It shows my abundance of confidence.
Bringing it even to a situation where a vote is required means that... Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look.
What do you think gambling is?
Exactly.
No.
There's a chance to be wrong. And it's not spelled Nutella.
See, exactly, T. Schmidt. I was taught, don't take a bet, you can't win.
I hope you guys never go to Vegas.
I am positive that Ferrero invented Nutella.
Yeah?
Yep.
When?
I don't know when, I just know that he did.
I don't believe you.
Okay, yeah, you would. Pietro Ferrero, 1947.
Pietro Ferrero.
Oh, 46.
Hmm.
Because it's in Ferrero Rocher, in the little gold. I think I still have some of those. I need to hide the Korok.
Yeah, when was the last time you hid the Korok?
The last time I hid it was when Gabe and Christopher were redoing the break room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Also, has anybody found it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think Gabe found it. Somebody found it.
I think you need to expand. Yeah, I think you need to tell everybody that exists at a
staff meeting.
Yeah.
Well, next month.
Yeah, I know. I had the same thought. I was like, well, a little late for that. So,
Originally, it was sold as a block.
like a fudge block.
I prefer the creamy texture, but I could see myself enjoying a block of Nutella.
God, you keep on saying Nutella.
Nutella.
It's not new.
Founded as an Italian pastry shop in Piedmont, Italy, Ferrero turned this problem into a smart solution, creating a sweet paste made from hazelnut sugar and just a little of the rare cocoa. So good.
All right. Well, turns out Jordan has learned a new thing today.
Papa Chicken said, "Is the Therapy Thursday thing on Discord still going?"
Are we in need of a Therapy Thursday? Lay down all your burdens.
All your burdens.
One of my favorite episodes of Battlestar Galactica. Man, that show was good.
I have no comments about Battlestar Galactica. Because I do not watch Battlestar Galactica.
Are you a sci-fi or a fantasy person?
Fantasy.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Juan said, "I'm in need of therapy pretty much every day." I think we could all use daily therapy, probably. Thread is described as a feedback thread, only open on Thursdays for feedback on stream. Did I misunderstand?
We have not done that in a very long time. I don't remember why we stopped doing that. Jason had a very good reason for it. I don't remember. We don't have a great setup for it right now, to be honest. Just because I think there was something about pulling up Discord on this computer that required a lot of rigmarole and didn't end up being a good, there wasn't a good solution for it. So no, it now it's just a hangout, talk about Therapy Thursday stuff. But no, we don't do model reviews anymore. We do in the challenges. So if you want to get a model reviewed, give a good old college try to the challenge for the month, and then we'll go through all of that stuff.
Avian asked us what we think of spam musubi. I don't think I've ever had spam musubi yet.
I have heard that it's amazing. I have not personally had it. I have had spam. Spam's great. I have had rice. Rice is great. I've had nori. Also great. All those things together, plus some sort of mysterious sauce that I imagine is a lot like teriyaki sauce.
Mystery sauce.
Probably very good. Spam musubi typically has it's a specific sauce that it's seared in. So
yeah, I've never had it before, so
there's a place around here where you can get it.
I don't doubt it. We have so much food here.
I feel like there was a time that I went to a store around here and somebody was like, "Why don't you ever get the spam musubi?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I don't really even think to order it." I need to remember. I don't remember.
I can't help you.
I can't help me either. I'm screwed.
Video game archaeologist. That sounds terrible. When your tub doesn't drain when you're taking a shower and it just like
terrible.
slowly fills up.
Yep.
So bad. If you have a Hawaiian style restaurant, you can probably get it there.
We do. There's actually a good Hawaiian restaurant around here.
Really?
Yeah. I'd have to look it up. It's on DoorDash. I have ordered from it previously.
Gotcha.
Although their rice was left a little something to be desired.
Mm.
It was undercooked.
Undercooked?
Yeah.
So you're like crunching on it?
Yeah, it was a little crunchy.
Ugh.
Yeah, it wasn't.
How do you undercook rice?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. That's a really hard thing to screw up.
Yeah, that's what Amy said. How can you undercook rice? That's crazy. Rice is so easy.
Yeah, especially when you use a rice maker to do it.
A rice cooker?
I don't cook rice on the stovetop anymore. Are you kidding me?
No. We use our Instant Pot now.
Yeah, it's actually, generally speaking, better to do it with like a rice cooker than it is to use stovetop.
Oh yeah, because it's a different function. Undercooked rice, believe it or not, straight to.
Oh, I want to own an industrial rice cooker again.
Again?
I had one when Hayden and I were living in like a pretty big house that we rented back a while ago.
Okay.
We had a huge kitchen, but he and I used to like meal prep together, so we would cook a crap load of food, and he had literally like an industrial restaurant rice cooker that you could make like 25, 30 cups of rice.
That's so much rice.
Yeah, it's insane. So
why would you ever need that much rice at one time?
well, when you cook 25 meals,
Yeah.
that's 25 cups of rice.
But as like a person living in a home,
You make 25 meals.
you eat 25
Well, it's
25 meals with rice?
Three meals a day.
You're having rice for breakfast?
And you can, but realistically, 2 meals a day. That's 2 weeks worth of food.
Guess.
Like, just to think about it, it's like that's actually just 2 weeks worth of food.
It's called meal prepping, Shelby.
Yeah.
I know, that just sounds crazy to me. Not meal prepping, but just like, I don't know.
Like my rice cooker makes 5 cups of rice.
Yeah.
5 to 6 cups of rice.
I feel like I'd rather meal prep for a week rather than 2 weeks. I would get a little wary of any rice that's
What do you mean?
getting up there. I don't know. It just
You put it in the freezer.
just get scared.
Stick it in the freezer.
Just get scared.
You put 5 meals in the refrigerator, and you put 20 meals in the freezer.
I get scared.
And then you eat the 5 that are the week in the refrigerator. And then you got to the freezer the night before, and you go, hey, I'm going to pull this out. And you take it. And then in the morning, you take it to work. Then you stick it in the refrigerator to work. And then by the time it's lunchtime, you can microwave it, and you're good.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sorry. The rice cooker that I have, I can put 5 cups of uncooked rice in it, which makes 8 to 10 actual cups of rice.
Should be 10.
Should be 10, because it usually doubles up.
Yeah.
Depends on how much water you put in it. Sometimes you get a little bit more, sometimes you get a little less.
Hmm.
Just because of how much water absorption the rice.
I always do a 2 to 3 ratio.
2 to 3?
Yep.
I just do 1 to 1 usually. Depends on the kind of rice you're cooking though.
True. I don't care for the rice that's not sticky. I am a sticky rice purist.
I think jasmine rice is fine. Or
Don't like it.
not jasmine, the medium grain rice is fine. Short grain is typically what they use for like sushi and
More
stuff.
like icky grain.
If I had a Um, if I had a H Mart or a Wajimaya closer to where I live currently, I would probably have short grain rice more often. But it's hard to get from Costco in good quantities.
Gotcha. Belly Savalas said, nice model. Reminds me of Faker from the old He-Man cartoon.
I am not familiar with that at all, to be honest with you.
I am not either.
That's interesting.
I still need to paint those She-Ra models.
Yes, you do.
I really want to.
You most certainly
I
do.
really, really want to. Need to prime them.
Jasmine is a good rice you can use for pretty much anything. It's a pretty neutral rice.
Yeah, maybe it's because as like a comfort food, I love doing sticky rice with butter and a little bit of soy sauce.
Oh man, have you ever had sesame dressing?
Mm-mm.
I need to bring some in.
I don't know if I'd like it for that specific thing though, because the taste that I'm craving is such a specific thing when I want that.
Do you like sesame, like the flavor of sesame?
Sometimes, but not always.
Okay.
I don't like overly sesame flavors. It can't be the only flavor.
No. You typically, like, for me, I like to mix it with like ponzu and put it on poke.
Gotcha.
So like rice plus the fish plus like some onion flavor because you put onions in it, and some other stuff, and then the mix, really good. Butter chicken's delicious. Man, I have to tell you, when I went to the UK,
yeah,
and I had Indian food, it was really good.
Really?
It was really good, yeah.
I mean, the British Empire did import spices from India pretty early on.
True.
So. Papa Chicken, I'm not painting in Jason's spot right now because I have to be here. In this spot that I'm currently in.
Oh god, allergies.
Bless you. That sounded like it hurt.
Yeah. Not my favorite feeling in the world.
Oh, now I really want sticky rice with butter and soy sauce.
With butter and soy sauce.
Butter and soy sauce. I can't explain it, but it's just like, it's a thing from my childhood now. And every time I have it, it's so good. It hits so good.
It hits so good.
Every single time.
That might have been the most 20-something thing I have ever heard you say. That hits so good. Generally, you're pretty good with, like, being not super, like...
Gen Z.
But, man, was that just a very Gen Z thing
No,
for you to say.
It comes out every now and then.
Yeah, it appears every once in a while.
Yeah. Imagine, like, you know, my reaction when I have the first sip of one of these energy drinks.
That's a very Gen Z thing.
It's the same reaction that I have when I eat the first forkful of sticky rice with butter and soy sauce.
Interesting.
It's so good. Oh my gosh.
Fascinating. This intrigues me. We must find out more.
Like a dude that's interesting and has a fancy fridge. Exactly.
Just in case y'all are wondering, I have decided to mix up a little wash of glaze and wash medium, dark yellow green, and some water to make the wash. And we're going to throw it over all the gold.
Ooh. Gabe said soy sauce sucks.
Whoa! Hold your horses, Gabe.
Gabe's not a big fan of overly salty things, though.
Yeah, but like, soy sauce is an integral component for many sushi trips that he and I have both had.
I don't know what to tell you.
And I don't understand
he doesn't like soy
his
sauce.
statement here.
I don't.
Jabe, you shut your mouth.
I think he uses eel sauce for sushi.
I mean, that's basically just teriyaki sauce.
Right, but
is
it's not soy
pointless.
sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a big salt guy.
Gabe's not a big salt guy. So Gabe's not a big flavor guy.
Eel sauce is still salty, but it's different. Is there
I mean,
any...
I can understand not liking overly salty things. Because I also don't like overly salty things.
Crow, I'm pretty sure I saw them labeling glaze and wash medium today. So it should be back in stock either today or tomorrow. But I would bet today because that is something that we would want to get back in stock.
But like, salt is literally a flavor enhancer. That's like the whole reason that it is like exists.
Yeah, but when salt, like, I feel like with soy sauce, the salt is just so overpowering.
Oh, it is an incredibly high amount of
Yeah.
large amount of sodium.
So that's what Gabe doesn't like about it.
Yeah, but I think it is very easy for soy sauce to be overused.
Yeah.
And I think when you have good things that are made with soy sauce, that they are not over seasoned with said soy sauce.
Any recommendations on paints for doing leather, specifically belts and pouches?
Oh
Boy, do we.
boy, do I got you covered. First off, if we can throw up a link to the YouTube. She just vomited on the keyboard over there. Okay, hold on, Jabe. I'm gonna answer that question in a second, Jabe. That wasn't a question, but we're gonna talk about that in a second.
Just for you, Papa Chicken.
I'm gonna respond to this important question first. Yes, we have a million different colors that would be fantastic for doing leather. As a one-stop shop, I would always recommend the new Flame on Miniature set. Is actually incredible for doing leather. I like to use that a lot. All of our browns can be used for that. Lots of our other colors as well. You get into like yellow ochres, you get into like pale yellow, things like that. All absolutely fantastic for doing leather. If you check out our YouTube, we have a couple of shorts, at least one short talking about how to paint leather with Procurl. We have a upcoming thing that we're working on that will also give you a little bit of a idea of how to get a good result with that. So keep up to date with that. But using all those brown colors, using a lot of texture will get you really great results for your leathers. I have a little teaser I can show you real quick.
Avian, I love the combative feelings today.
Something like this.
Ooh,
This is a pretty good way to paint some leather.
that's cool.
So this just uses a bunch of various browns and our transparent brown.
Wowzers.
So, ba-bang. Lots of good ways out there. Okay, now, to circle back to this comment that Gabe said. All right, first off, Gabe, it is important for you to understand sushi does not belong on rice.
What?
Sushi, or I'm sorry, soy sauce does not belong on rice.
Okay.
I said sushi, right?
You said sushi does not
Yeah,
belong
yeah,
on
sorry,
rice,
hold
and
on.
I almost
Soy sauce.
came at you with pitchforks.
Soy sauce does not belong on rice. That is not a condiment that you put directly on rice and consume.
Unless you're me.
You're wrong. There are better options. Believe me. Soy sauce plus rice, not a good combo. Okay?
Says you.
Now, if you want to use some soy sauce, put a little bit of like chili oil, a little bit of black vinegar, maybe a little bit of mirin, mix it on up, splash that over some rice. Much better way to do that. Season your rice, not destroy it with salt. Okay? To that end, I agree with Gabe. That's a terrible way to do that. Okay? What else did he say? Yes, I am aware of sushi rice being made with sugar. It is also made with vinegar. Those two typically cancel each other out as far as the intensity of both of those flavors. So, honestly, your best option for sauce and stuff to put on your rice is like teriyaki sauce or sesame sauce or something. Like, soy sauce is not the answer, Gabe.
Hi, Chuck and Jade. Welcome.
Soy sauce plus vodka, also not a good combo.
I too would like.
I would not
Calamari
do
on
that.
the side.
Yeah, I have had fried rice. You know what's different about fried rice? It's got a lot of other things that contribute flavors to that mixture other than just white rice plus soy sauce. Also, they don't use a ton of soy sauce when they make fried rice.
Jordan's getting really heated about soy sauce and rice.
I'm very passionate about these cuisines.
You didn't
okay?
give this kind of reaction when I said that I eat butter and soy sauce on my rice.
It's weird. I didn't want to just tell you that I did tell you it was weird. I didn't engage very much on it. But Shelby, I guarantee you there's a better solution.
There are, but at this point, it's tied to nostalgia, so there isn't.
I think we can improve your nostalgia.
We cannot.
I think we can.
We cannot go back in time and improve my nostalgia. My nostalgia will remain the way it is.
I would be willing to bet that I could surprise you.
I don't think so, because it's just
just
such a classic, like.
I won't say that it
so
would
good.
replace your favorite thing, but I think we can find something that you would also enjoy.
Oh yeah.
As an alternative.
I'm not saying
change
that's
it
the
up
only
a little
way
bit.
I eat rice.
I mean,
But when I have sticky rice, I'm like, put some butter and soy sauce on that thing.
hey, look, I'm not saying you can't eat your rice that way. I'm just saying there's no place for it in this world.
Thank you, Panic Bomb. That's how I feel.
You guys can enjoy your rice however you like. I will make a caveat of saying, hey, there's lots of other ways out there that might have better flavor profiles.
My wife once mixed up soy sauce and peanut butter on the suspicion that they tasted terrible together. She tasted with a giant spoonful and vomited on the spot. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird...
A big spoonful? That is so bold.
Yeah.
With sushi, you're supposed to dip the side of the sushi in the soy sauce, not the rice side.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The idea is that the rice soaks up too much of the soy sauce. You just want it as a flavor enhancing thing, not I just got a mouthful of soy sauce and rice. You know. Also, in a lot of places, with that, when you're talking about like super high end sushi, you just kind of eat it the way that they give you options to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Although they generally will say you can have it however you like. But
I really want some salmon sashimi now.
I know it sounds so good. I'm gonna be honest, that sounds delightful.
Sounds so good.
Oh, hey, Jabe, you need to remind me what the name is of your favorite sushi restaurant up north, because I would be down to make an excursion.
It's called Utaka.
Called Utaka?
Yeah.
I need to go sometime.
That is 5 minutes from my house.
Is it?
Yeah.
We should all do a sushi day one of these days.
Sushi day. What?
That would be fun.
Gabe said you wouldn't like it.
Wow, Gabe. Gabe, how dare you?
You don't want to go there. You wouldn't like it.
Ugh.
Not really your scene.
You know what, Gabe? How dare you? This is hurting my soul a little bit.
Eat your rice with ranch.
You know what? I'm going to
dressing.
become a regular now just to spite you. They will know my name.
What about Italian dressing on sushi? Mmm.
They sell salt rocks for way cheaper than at the Tractor Supply store.
Gabe just turned you down for a date. How nice is your fridge?
Probably not good enough, to be honest. I have to admit the sushi from like Safeway and Fries around here is pretty good.
I
really not
trust I trust fries. I don't trust them with their raw stuff. I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
I don't know why. I just don't
Oh.
want to. I don't know what it is about fries, but I trust them more with the cooked stuff than I do with raw stuff. At AJ's, I trust their raw stuff.
Yeah, it's expensive though.
Yeah, but it's actually good sushi though.
Yeah.
Even though it's at a grocery store, it's still pretty good.
Yeah. I definitely miss the days where I could literally like take a 5-minute drive, go to go to Awajimaya, and like they literally just have like pre-prepared like scoopable things of poke because it's like their fish is so fresh every day
Yeah.
that they just like they take some they're literally like butchering fish like 20 feet away from that section.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Papa Chicken, you know what? You're not wrong. I'm probably embellishing a little. It is fine. Yeah.
Comparatively.
It is edible. If I'm in the mood for
Yeah.
sushi and I don't want to like go pay a lot of money at like a nice restaurant,
Yeah.
then like I can go to the grocery store and buy sushi and it's not going to make me sick.
No. And it will be enjoyable.
And I will enjoy my dinner.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a reasonable spend.
Yeah. And they're always so nice at the grocery store.
They are. I think it helps a lot that they have like actual people on staff to like cook or not cook, but prepare the sushi every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like heavily tracked as far as like date and time that prepared.
They do heavily track it. I think I have a solution. Convince Jason to hire an in-house sushi chef and have sushi Fridays.
Oh my gosh.
I support that. Papa Chicken, I disagree, actually. There have been plenty of times where I'm like, oh, I just really want sushi. And I go and get grocery store sushi, and I'm like, that was really good. That hit the spot. I am satisfied.
There's also a caveat here. Not everybody's grocery store sushi is the same.
Right, that's true.
Ours is actually pretty good. This is something that I found out recently, is that Arizona actually gets pretty good fish. Because it's a hub for getting stuff shipped in pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So you can get good fish here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more expensive, but you can.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility to get good sushi here.
Yeah. Gabe is claiming that he is a sushi chef, and I want to make it known that he's only ever made sushi for me once. So
How was it?
it was good, but I wouldn't call him a sushi chef because he's only done it once for me. So
I've only made sushi from scratch once as well.
no, it was great. He did a great job. Just wouldn't call him a sushi chef until I see more. I need to see more sushi, Gabe.
Yeah. Sushi.
Only
Gabe.
nice sisters get sushi.
Dang.
I'm your only sister.
Well, looks like she's not getting any then. No sushi for Shelby.
Papa Chicken, I absolutely did say those words when I had grocery store sushi. And you can't prove otherwise because you weren't there.
I can actually attest to the fact that I have heard her say those words
Thank you.
when she's eating grocery store
Yes.
sushi.
Every time I have sushi for lunch here, I do a little happy dance.
Unironically,
Do a
she
little-
actually does do this dance.
Sushi dance. It's so good.
I
love
don't.
it.
I also don't understand it, but that's okay. I don't have to
Sit there.
understand
I
everything.
sit there with my chopsticks. Sushi dance.
That was a very mom way to say thank you. It was weird.
I don't even remember how I did it.
They also ordered exactly the same thing for lunch today,
We did.
which is also a little weird.
She got her sandwich and she was like, which one did you get? And I told her, and she's like, I got the same thing. She opened it up and then she takes out her chips and we got the same chips. And then she takes out her cookie and we got the same exact cookie. It was very funny and very scary.
Like mother, like daughter, in the most terrifying of ways. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Of all of the people in this office that you could be alike to,
Makes sense that it's my own mother.
well, A, yes. Two, also your mom's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
It's true.
not the worst thing in the world.
She is pretty cool.
Yeah. That Gabe guy, your brother, I don't know about that.
Bit
Just kidding.
questionable.
Jabe is great.
Bit questionable.
Wait, this ain't Jason and Jen.
Big Bob, that sounds awesome. You just get sushi all the time. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, if it were easier for me to, I mean, it's probably not that hard for me to go to a grocery store and get good sushi, or like good sushi fish for making sushi. However that English works.
Dave said I live on a realm elevated from pretty cool.
I live on a realm elevated from pretty cool. You're spectaculous, Gabe.
Spectaculous?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, it is elevated from pretty cool into the I don't understand what that means realm.
Papa Chicken, I do need to start painting my She-Ra models. Unfortunately, I'm not in my painting hobby phase right now. I'm in my crocheting and fish earring hobby phase right now. So.
She is enjoying the fish earrings.
I am. The place that I buy the beads from is having a sale on the beads that I use.
So then you've got to buy
Sounds
more.
like I have to spend money.
Sounds like I need to spend money. Oh, Shelby.
Wow, Papa Chicken's really coming after me today.
Dang. I mean, it was Roast Shelby Day yesterday.
How dare you? That was yesterday. Today is a new day.
Apparently not. Apparently today is in fact the same day.
Yeah, seems that way. All this fish talk. I have to go to H Mart soon.
Man, the closest H Mart around here is like half an hour away. It really sucks. It's good. They got good stuff, but it is definitely further away than I like.
Oh, Gabe asked a good question. Guys, Shelby asked me to help her build a new PC that isn't my hand-me-down. What games should she play?
Well, she should play whatever we're playing.
I don't know about that.
What games does Shelby like to play?
That's what we were trying to figure out, because I haven't played very many games.
Well, I think...
I just know that I want to play games.
Well... The games that you have played that you like. Go.
Stardew Valley.
Okay.
Minecraft.
Okay.
These are games now that aren't specifically PC games. Hollow Knight I really enjoyed.
Okay.
I have already played Animal Crossing Ghost Hunter. But I want to like branch out and try games that I haven't, that aren't necessarily in those similar genres.
Have you tried playing Teamfight Tactics?
No.
I think that's a game that is both simple and complicated.
Teamfight Tactics?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like it's called an auto chess game. But it's got like cool, cute characters and outfits and stuff, which is fun. Kind of similar to some of those other games.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a 8-person free-for-all where you like buy little characters off the bottom of your screen, and then when you buy 3 of them, they level up and they become more powerful, and you can put them in combinations in the board, and then every round yours fight against your opponents, and then you win and do stuff. It's fun.
Is it like
It's also free.
Is it like turn-based?
Sort of.
I don't love turn-based.
It's not
fighting.
like it's not turn-based in the same way. It is turn-based. It's a different sort of feeling than like Final Fantasy turn-based. Because I also don't really care for that.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good one.
Okay.
Strello has a question here.
Yes.
What is the question? Jay, I posted it in the Complete Administrators Discord channel, but I did your tutorial for purple cloaks, and I applied it to a dress for a witch model and really liked it. I think I didn't do the layers as well as you, but still looks good from 2 feet out. Hey, that's awesome. I mean, for one, thanks for trying out something new and cool. I'm glad you like it. getting the layers to be smoother is just a time thing. Just spend more time practicing it, and you'll get better and better and better at that part. You figured out how to do the hard part, which is like doing the step by step. All that technical stuff of like hand applying stuff and blending all that stuff, that just gets better the more you do it. Like a lot of the time, the technique part of like blending is just you just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and you just get better at it every time you do it.
I need to write down everybody's suggestions. Let us see.
I mean, you could also play League of Legends.
Yeah, that one doesn't interest me as much.
Okay. What about it do you not find interesting? Because this will help identify other things that you may not like that I might suggest. I'm also trying to suggest things that like we could also play with you.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what I don't like about it, honestly.
And also don't require a lot of like money investment.
Yeah, I just don't. It just doesn't interest me. Maybe it's like the view of. No, it's not the view because I don't know. I don't know what it is about it.
Have you tried it much?
I haven't, but I've seen like my brother Jesse play it, and I just wasn't interested.
Okay.
Schmidt, I don't think I would like Fortnite. All of the I'm not very good at like shooting games, so
just because you're not good at it doesn't mean you couldn't enjoy something.
Yeah.
Because you'll obviously like if you're not like for me, I like the gameplay loop of playing shooting games, but I also was very bad at them.
I don't think I would like the lack of storyline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Story-driven stuff is more,
more
interesting.
I do like stories.
Okay. I think something that you would probably really enjoy is to have access to Steam, which is basically like do you know what Steam is?
I have Steam.
Okay, great.
I still play, like I have a computer. I asked Gabe to help me like actually build a computer rather than keep using the one that he gave me.
I think you would probably really benefit from just going onto Steam during a Steam sale and like looking at all the things that are on sale and then picking up something that you're like, "Ooh, that sounds like fun."
Yeah.
And then just buying it and playing it. Because you seem like the kind of person that would enjoy just playing fun indie games that have like a cool story.
Yeah.
That are not necessarily multiplayer, but are single player type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are some multiplayer things that you could find interesting, but typically multiplayer stuff is a lot less story driven.
Yeah. I do want to find like some good mix of multiplayer games though, because I like playing games with people.
Yeah, for sure. So we just have to figure out what that kind of game looks like.
Gabe really wants me to play New World with him.
I mean, Gabe just loves New World.
He's very into New World.
Yeah.
Ooh, are there any good Zelda style games on PC?
I mean, God of War, kind of. That is also an incredible game. That's I don't know, like it's funny cuz I don't know where I would sit with like recommending that to somebody who is like not super well versed in playing video games. It's got a pretty incredible story.
What do you mean by, cuz I've played video games, but I just want to play more of them.
It's got a great story. It's about a character. I mean, do you know anything about God of War?
No.
Okay. So I won't spoil anything. It's basically about a grumpy, kind of mysterious character who's done a lot of stuff in his past. A lot of it not so great.
Classic.
He's a big revenge guy. But he's started over in a new land.
Big revenge guy.
And his new, not wife, partner that he had a son with, or that he had, yes, has passed away. And he and his son are venturing to the top of a mountain to like spread her ashes, basically. It's kind of like the idea. And then there's like, it's involved in a lot of like Norse mythology, so there's like gods that show up. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Basically, the backstory is this guy killed all of the Olympian pantheon.
Gotcha.
Yes. And is like the son of Zeus.
The kid following you around the whole time is annoying.
It's
That's
not
funny.
so bad.
That's funny.
But the game is really pretty. It's a big hack and slash game, so it's a lot of like fighting monsters and stuff. But the story moments are really good. So
Yeah.
and it's got really good voice acting.
Yeah, I think I want to get Xbox Game Pass, because then I won't have to spend a ton of money just like buying games and trying them out and like risking not liking them.
Yeah.
So
Boy.
I should do that.
God, it's so good. It helps that I played a lot of the God of War games before this new iteration came out, and I loved them as a kid. So I'm more invested in Kratos' character, who's the dad, and I have a lot of that backstory. But you don't need to understand any of it before watching the show.
Yeah.
Or watching the show.
Christopher said I should play old school RuneScape on a $3,500 build.
That sounds like so much overkill. It sounds amazing.
I used to play
so overkill.
I used to play old school RuneScape on my phone during chemistry.
Hey, you know, Chuck, I can't. I've not played through the Witcher games, so I can't make a comparison. I have heard that the Witcher games are great. I mean, if you like, have you played D&D much, or at all?
I have played D&D, yeah.
Do you enjoy it? Yeah. Baldur's Gate would probably be a good option.
Yeah, that's what Jade said. Gabe also said that yesterday.
Yeah, like that's something you could sink a whole bunch of time into and get lost in. Also, is multiplayer. It's co-op.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. You can also have multiple runs happening at the same time. So if you have like a run with like Gabe, you could play that when you and Gabe have time to play the game, and then you could have like your own solo game where you make different decisions and different things happen. Avian, as much as I wish that she would understand who Teal'c from Stargate SG-1 is, she's never seen that show in a day in her life, probably.
Wad, so
Great show though.
So they're changing it to a $20 a month? I'm confused. Aw, Jade, we could play together.
Dang.
That'd be so fun. Because right now I think Game Pass is like $10 a month.
Yeah, it might be changing soon.
Well, that is lame. I've got so many subscriptions. Not really, but...
Yeah, I feel like you probably wouldn't enjoy maybe some of the like grindy games that we're playing these days.
Like what?
Warframe or Diablo or any of that. You might enjoy Diablo. It's hard to say.
I feel like at this point it's worth a shot.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's like I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah. I know there are a few that I'm like, I know I wouldn't like that.
Sure.
But
and, like those are the ones that are really helpful because I can be like, okay, this game has elements of that. Probably wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Where do you sit on like Valheim could be cool. The Valheim's basically like not quite Minecraft. It's like yeah, it's not quite Minecraft.
Okay, I'll add it to my list.
It's not as good. Ooh, have you ever tried playing like super heavily modded Minecraft?
I don't know if my PC can handle that.
We should start a Minecraft server where we play like a Feed the Beast Minecraft server or something.
Okay.
It's cool because everything is like so totally more in depth than Minecraft is in its base level, and there are like mods that people create that have all of these like intricate levels of like you got to figure out how to make the thing, and then you have to figure out how to build the thing, and then you have to go find the materials to do the other stuff. It's fun. I really like playing Minecraft that way.
Yeah.
So much so that I won't play vanilla Minecraft anymore. It's just boring to me.
I am really, so I was telling Gabe that I am really interested in Lies of P, but I know that it's a super difficult game.
you should play Elden Ring.
I know, but that also seems like a really difficult game.
It's more approachable. It is difficult,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's so. Elden Ring was my first time playing a Dark Souls game, and I sucked at it when I first started playing because I'd never played a game like that before.
Yeah.
That is one of the games that I have genuinely had so much fun playing. It's like out of this world crazy, and like some of the nuanced weirdness of the story is really fun. It doesn't have a ton of story at surface level, but there's a lot of interesting tidbits where like you'll hear voice lines from characters and like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
That you go like dig into and find some more stuff about.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of backstory that's written for it. It's just hard to find.
Yeah.
It's not like a tailored cinematic experience like it would be from like a God of War or something like that.
Yeah, I just worry about not being able to get far enough to actually enjoy it if it's too hard. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the cool thing about that game is the game can be as easy or as difficult as you want it to be. Like there are ways that you can play that game that are very easy. So you can also over level pretty much everything in the game. So you can run around in the overworld and just kill stuff.
Gotcha.
And explore the overworld, and then just fight bosses when you are powerful enough to just curb stomp them.
I see.
So
that's kind of funny.
It requires more time investment.
Yeah.
But, like, the cool thing is that you can play that game largely at your own pace.
God of War can get frustratingly puzzly.
You like puzzles, though.
I love puzzles.
Yeah. That's one of the things about, like, because of all of the games that I have played, I'm gonna circle back to this in a second. Of all the games that I have played, God of War is one of the best, like, one-to-ones when it comes to like Legends of Zelda puzzly and other game puzzly. It has a lot of the same level of puzzliness that I enjoy out of Zelda.
Okay.
But it has like a really cool story and it's very pretty and stuff.
Jade really wants me to play Baldur's Gate 3 with her.
Doesn't hurt.
I probably will end up getting it. I just don't know when.
Also, where do you sit when it comes to anime?
I like anime, but I don't like seek it out.
Okay.
Like, I know some anime games are weird.
Well, they're all kind of weird.
Yeah.
But just because anime can be kind of weird.
Yeah.
There are some that are much more weird than others.
Yeah.
I mean, as weird as chat might say this is weird, Genshin Impact's pretty cool.
I don't think I've ever heard or seen it.
It has puzzles in it. It's got a lot of open world exploration. Got lots of cool characters and stuff that you can collect and level up. It's fun. It's multiplayer.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I enjoyed.
It's got a good story.
What was it? My sister-in-law let me borrow it.
It's also a game that you can like play. Well, Papa Chicken, it also depends on when you got into the game. If you got into the game now, that like you could literally play only story missions in that game from the time that you start playing it for probably a year before you'd stop. Depending on how much you play. You play like every night, you'll burn through it in probably 6 months, but like there is a colossal amount of story in that game to get through.
I never finished it. See, I liked aspects of Fire Emblem, but then I hated the turn-based fighting.
Yeah, and Genshin Impact is just an open world, like anime style like fighting game, and it's got elements of like different like parts of the world. So there's like the starting place is like a kind of Frenchy, like French type aesthetics, and then the second zone is all like Chinese aesthetic, and then you go to like something that's very similar to Japan. It is a gacha game. I don't know if you know what that is. Okay, so gacha game is basically a game where you don't get characters by just playing the game. Well, okay. You get characters by spending premium resources to randomly get a character from a selection banner.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't just like get a character that you specifically want to play with. That's the only downside of the game.
Gotcha.
The upside is that game is pretty generous when it comes to free stuff. So if you just play the game, you will basically have the ability to get whatever character that you want if you do it right.
I see.
Which is not hard to do. It's basically lottery pulls. And you can spend money on it, which is why people call it a gacha game.
Mm-hmm.
So you can throw money at it and be like, oh, cool, I'm gonna spend $100 and do some pulls on some stuff.
Yeah.
It is an archetype of game that exists.
Yeah. Which I don't know if I love that aspect of it.
They do give you characters that are free, that are guaranteed.
Yeah.
You can play the game with those characters and never have the nice thing about that game is the game is easy enough that you can play through it with any character.
Mm.
And you have a selection of 4 characters that you play with at all times.
Gotcha.
So that could work. The game is like really, really cool looking too.
Mm-hmm.
The open world parts of that game are like look incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that China just put a ban on those gacha mechanics recently? Need to look up if that's true. That sounds incredibly not true. Because most of those games are either Chinese or Korean. And Genshin Impact makes a ton of money. Hoyoverse is a pretty large company, and I find it hard to believe that China would punch them in the face like that.
You never know.
Yeah. True, you never know. But yes, it's called gacha because that's what the toy vending machines are called in Japan.
See. Yeah, I really want to build a pretty computer.
What's Pop's up to today? I'm not actually sure what he's doing right now. He's probably busy with something.
He's gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that Jason is ever not on stream is because he has something pressing that he has to take care of.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that Jason is actively less happy when he doesn't have an opportunity to come be on stream. One of the favorite parts of his day.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
I will not stick with Roblox because I do not play Roblox.
If he could be here, he 100% would be. Winnie the Pooh didn't pull the character he wanted in Genshin Impact. Also, I've played a lot of that game, and I can help you if you have questions. So,
yes, actually, Avian. That is probably why.
So that's why we get pop-up streams on the weekend. That's 100% why you get pop-up streams on the weekend. 100%.
Misses you guys.
If Jason didn't enjoy it, you guys wouldn't be getting pop-up streams on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you. He'd be like, I'm going home and play video games. You could also just try out the game that Jason, Gabe, and I have been playing.
Which is?
Warframe. I have no idea if you would like that game. No idea at all.
Fair enough.
But Gabe just started it, and Jason and I have played it a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people who are actively playing it. She will not like that game. You never know. I mean, you might know.
What is it?
It's a grindy shooter game.
Mm.
With lots of like, I don't know. I'd have to like sit. It's hard to talk about on stream just because it's like there's so much nuance to it that it's like, yeah, it's weird.
Gotcha. Well, it's interesting because I don't know if it's like I don't love shooter games, but also I'm kind of interested in Fallout. But Fallout also has like storyline,
right?
So it feels different.
Warframe does have a story. It's actually pretty good. It's not bad. It's weird, but it's not bad.
Did you see the spark in her eyes when he said grindy shooter game?
Well, it died.
Well, it died.
Hey, I mean, look, I'm kind of just throwing stuff at the wall. Warframe's a good option because it's being actively played right now and it's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does it hurt for her to try it out? No.
No.
Do I think she'll like it? Probably not.
Warframe is a game for sure. It's a funny way of saying
You
it.
you could play First Descendant, but I'm the only person who's playing that game right now.
What is that?
It's basically Warframe and Destiny put together.
Oh, what's Destiny?
Destiny is an FPS shooter MMO.
Okay.
Yeah. Which does have story, but it is you have to pay for it.
I just need Concerned Ape to finish his Haunted Chocolatier game so I can have a new obsession. That would be really great.
No Man's Sky is actually pretty fun now. That's a game that you might enjoy.
No Man's Sky?
Yeah. This is a big exploration, like you go find resources, you can like travel from planet to planet on a spaceship that you like make or find. You can build a base, that sort of thing.
Destiny is also a game, some say.
An FPS shooter? Huh? Like an ATM machine? No. Those two things are not the same.
Oh, the gotcha ban was proposed, and the hearings for it entered in January.
Oh.
No news yet if it will pass.
Okay.
Interesting.
My assumption is that those companies are fighting very hard to not have that happen.
Yeah.
Because those games, turns out, are exactly monetized that way.
So I enjoyed Borderlands, sort of. I didn't play through the whole thing. My dad and I were playing through, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Okay.
Which I was enjoying, but Monument Hobbies said Borderlands is for dirt eaters.
Monument Hobbies? It's Jason! Hi, Jason! We're trying to find games that Shelby would like to play on her new fancy PC.
Well, I told Gabe that I wanted to build a pretty computer and that I need to start playing more games if I'm going to do that. But it's
never mind. Hi, Jen.
It's not Jason, it's Jen.
Wait, why are you not Gentastic? That's weird.
Jason would never be mean to Schlebby.
Well, you must have missed out on.
Jason would most definitely.
You
be
must
mean
have
to
missed
Schlebby.
out on yesterday's stream. Although I don't know if I would classify
I don't think
that
that's
as
actually
being
Jen though.
I don't think it is.
That was such a Jason thing to say.
I'm just thinking about that. Also, the fact that Jen has. I don't think Jen has ever messaged from Monument Hobbies.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's for sure, Jason.
We got him. We got him, folks.
Jen would never say something like Borderlands is for dirt eaters.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Unless he somehow convinced her to say so.
Yeah.
In which case, it would still be from Jason.
Yeah, it's still from Jason. Oh, he's in meeting hell today.
It's okay. I made sure that they know that you still love them and that you always love them. And the proof is in the Saturday streams.
Papa Chicken, the stars have to align perfectly. And all things have to come together at just the right moment.
For what to happen?
For me to paint on stream.
That's true. The stars, the stars must align. But yeah, Jason, if you have an idea of a game that Shelby might like, feel free to propose it.
I'm not even sure that he has the capacity to be able to do so right now if he's in meetings.
Well, I mean, he's talking with us. War Machine.
War Machine.
You mean the online War Machine game?
Warframe.
Okay. Was also suggested. Gabe very clearly said she wouldn't like it.
Yeah, Borderlands is for dirt eaters was his recommendation. Offense. Noida. I think I
Gabe
would
playing.
be so angry if I played Noida. If I paint on stream, Black Wolf will bring the bestest puppy to the shop.
What? Shelby, get over here and paint right now. The bestest puppy is at my house.
Chain Together, I need friends in order to play that. And I don't. Just kidding, I do. But I don't know very many people that are like very interested in playing that. That's the other thing I'm struggling with. I have none of my like close friends are into video games. I just want to play video games with them, but they don't play video games.
You can collect new friends that also like playing video games.
Gabe, you're my brother, so it doesn't count.
Wow.
You are my friend, but you're not like one of my high school friends. Sorry.
The tear.
Sorry,
the
buddy.
Tear. Shelby just said, Gabe's gonna help me make it. Damn, baby J feels left out. Yeah, I do.
Jordan is also my friend, but just not the specific friends I'm thinking of when I think of. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying.
You have your little inner circle.
Yes. No, because Gabe actually loves you, Shelby.
Wait, we are dirt.
Who others are lying? My friends? Jason's saying that I don't have any friends.
No, I think he's just saying that your friends like you less than they say they do.
Oh, great.
I think that's what he's saying.
Friends, what are we, dirt?
I think he's just saying that we are your truest of friends and that you should play video games with us because we actually care.
Wow. Jason's really having a lot of fun bullying me the past couple of days.
Is this bullying? Or is this just excitement at hopefully being able to play video games with one of his friends?
Got here just in time to watch Jordan take revenge on Shelby for Fridge Boy. He is not taking any revenge on me.
Wait, what do I need to take revenge on Shelby for?
Yeah.
What does Fridge Boy have to do with me?
Yeah, nothing.
It literally has nothing to do with me.
Oh, Fridge Boy.
Oh, Fridge Boy.
You poor boring sap.
So sad. So sad. Poor boring sap.
Guys, I kid you not. He wanted to go to college to be a PE teacher.
No.
Yes.
Oh, man.
He wanted to go to college and be a PE teacher.
Those
Those were his aspirations.
This is one of those weird moments for me where I'm like, I'm gonna be honest. That's not a partner that I would shoot for.
No.
It's a thing that I would accept if my partner was like, you know what? I'd love to be a PE teacher. I'd be like, I fully support you in that.
If they had other things going for them, for sure.
Yeah.
But this man only had his fridge.
Only had his fridge. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you dumped him now.
No mercy for Fridge Boy. None. Zero. Was it full? It was a full fridge. I'll give him that. But it was in high school, so it's not like he had his own place. It was like
I remember.
He was living with his sister and brother-in-law at the time, so it was their. It wasn't even his fridge technically. Candlelight said, "My dream is to graduate from college and immediately be 60 years old and always angry." Fridge Boy explaining how he wants to teach PE. Yeah, exactly, Jade. He was a wannabe Fridge Boy.
Like, how do PE teachers come into existence? I feel like that's a weird thing to, like, want to actively go teach. Like,
I really like the Fridge you cohabitate with, but it's just not going to work out. I mean,
the cohabitation fridge is just not doing it for you?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We need PE teachers, and
it's a wonderful line of work.
And if somebody wants to do that, that's great for them. I just don't know if I would. I don't know. I don't want to be with somebody whose aspiration is to be a PE teacher. And that's just how I feel.
You know what, Shelby? You were entitled to say that.
Thank you.
I would not besmirch your ability to make that decision.
PE teacher spring fully formed from the head of the last PE teacher that swallowed a young child many years previous to try to prevent the prophecy from coming true.
That's a little... Whew.
PE teachers are actually fey creatures that spring into our realm when they feel their presence is needed. It's like they get their wings. Yeah. And you know that saying where it was like a joke or something. It's like the PE teacher asked their students who the smartest teacher is. And everyone was like, oh, well, the science teacher, like, they have a PhD, or then like da-da-da-da, these people have these qualifications. And the PE teacher said, no, it's me, because I did less schooling and we get paid the same amount of money. And he said that to me once.
Wait, actually?
He said that to me once, and
that's awesome.
I want to believe that he based his decision to be a PE teacher off of that joke.
It's like, how little work can I do to get paid better than somebody else who's done more schooling to get to where I'm at? And in both instances, he picked the wrong profession.
Ashmodee, we had a similar thing. It was like all of the history teachers were also coaches for some sports teams. That was our little thing going on. Somewhere in the mortal realms, children need to run in circles.
God, I hated PE. There's like, I hated the fact that they made us run in PE. It was the worst. Like, I don't mind doing regular PE stuff, getting exercise and all that stuff, but man.
PE was just such a source of insecurity for me in like middle school and high school, because I did PE when I was in 7th grade, and then freshman year. Those are the only times I ever had PE classes, and so it just like the worst times to be in a class where you have to like physically perform sometimes for like, I don't know, some sort of test or whatever. I don't know. It was just terrible. I love sports, but PE was just not it.
Not in the cards?
No. I actually, in high school freshman year, I ended up doing half a semester was like general PE, where we would do like different activities that the PE teacher planned. The other semester was just weightlifting. And that was way better because I didn't have to be singled out in front of a bunch of people.
The funny thing is, it's like really interesting to me that PE is like an actual thing, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, you're like physical education. It's like, what are they teaching you? how to play soccer? Like,
Yeah, I mean, they're
How to run?
required to do like some teaching. Like we always had a day every now and then where we would learn about nutrition and stuff.
yeah, see, that is different.
Right.
But you're like you're not running around when you're learning about nutrition.
No, but it's all like physical education. Like you are learning about the body and how eating and physical activity affects it.
Right, but none of these things require me to actually like run around on a track for 30 minutes.
No. It's true.
I can learn about nutrition in a nice air-conditioned school.
Yeah, exactly, Jade. That's what PE was for me. I do think PE is important. Like I go to the gym now, but at the same time,
How much of the things that you learned during PE affect you doing?
I mean, because I chose to do weightlifting, I actually did learn a lot that I can apply now. But in terms of learning about like pairing your eating with whatever physical activity you're doing, especially weightlifting, I didn't learn anything. I had to learn that largely myself or from like other people who are more experienced.
Yeah.
Archery was banned at my school because someone almost killed a mailman.
I'm sorry,
Oh my
what?
gosh.
What? Archery? I feel like archery is not a thing that gets taught at schools really anymore. Is it?
No, I don't think so. They don't even allow dodgeball at most schools.
Not anymore, really?
Nope.
Oh, what
I
the
did
heck?
not get to play dodgeball
Oh,
practically ever.
I enjoyed playing dodgeball during PE, and I remember that lots of kids got dunked on.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick, I just wish we had learned more applicable things in PE. Like Nick said, we used to learn about monitoring your heart rate and the importance of warm up and cool down. I never forgot those lessons in PE. I think that would have been super beneficial to learn, but they never taught us that. There's a lot of things in school that I'm like, why didn't you teach me how to do this? Like my taxes?
Yeah,
You
that
didn't-
would have been great information.
Nobody taught me how to do my taxes. Just so many things. Or like how to, I don't know, there's just so many things that could have been done better in school. I think the thing that was economics was pretty great, but even then there were some things that I'm like, you really left this out, and it would have been good to.
I'm gonna be honest.
know.
There are very few things from my schooling that at all are relevant in my day to day, other than like simple math.
Yeah.
Like to be frank,
Oh yeah, trigonometry, never use it.
like
Did
sure
I have to
some-
learn loads of it? Yes.
I think history is relevant, right? Like it's important to learn from the mistakes of the past or the victories of the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. But like, I don't know. It's yeah. It's just there's a lot of
Yeah. There's a lot of things that are missed. I kid you not, I think I annotated The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe 3 times in my high school years.
oh I think like English social studies. Those are important classes. Definitely English.
Totally English.
Like,
But
be able
annotating
to
the same
communicate.
poem for 3
Yeah.
years in a row.
Take poetry out of it. I don't need to learn about poetry. Like it can be like a thing you spend a week on just to touch on and be like, hey, this is a thing
Yeah.
called poetry
Yeah.
that exists.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. This is why it's important to culture, right?
Yeah.
And then you can be like, cool. And now we're back to like learning how to communicate with one another.
I did love the poetry parts of English, but it was always it it was it was always with the reason of like, oh, well, you've probably forgotten stuff from last year, so we're going to do this to refresh your brain. And I'm like, can't you just teach me something new? Can't you just have me do a new project instead of me having to go back and just do the same thing that I did last year in this poem?
Okay, so here's another question. What the heck do they actually teach in social studies?
Well, it was sophomore year we did world history.
Okay, so that starts to include history. Because when I was in school, there was social studies and then there was history. Those are two different classes.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
For us, social studies and history were basically the same thing.
That's what I would think.
We called it social studies up until freshman year, and then freshman year was called history.
Oh, maybe that was the same for me then. I don't remember. This has been a long time.
Which I don't know why they made that switch, but yeah, I never really cared. Well, not never. History never really interested me that much. I learned about the things that I wanted to learn about. If there's something I'm like, oh, I wonder where that's from, I'll go look it up.
Well, because it's like, it's interesting to think about, like, what are the fundamental things that, like, a human being needs to know to be able to function in society?
Right.
It's like, okay, they need to know how to do math.
Yeah.
Like, they need to know how to quickly, like, do quick math at, like, an easy pace. They need to have a good understanding of the English language to be able to communicate with other people. Having alternative options for learning other languages is great. Learn Spanish, learn other languages, that's, you know, etc.
Yeah, source, we dropped a couple of frames, but
did we? Okay, I was about to say, we're looking pretty solid.
I think we're good now.
But, right, like, history, I think, is important to some extent. I think keeping a lot of it relevant and teaching it in an interesting way is, like, important. But I think that that's something that you teach the like the bare bones, mm-hmm. and then if somebody is really interested in it, somebody can elect to take more history classes or more interesting, like, delve deeper into it, right? Because I think that it's really interesting for people, like, school doesn't do a great job, at least when I was there, of identifying, like, what you're really interested in.
Oh,
that can develop you for being an adult and having a career, right? Like, they leave that till college to figure out, and college you have to pay for, which is like, college should be where I've already decided what I really love to do, mm-hmm. and, like, what are the things that I'm interested in aside from, like, playing video games or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, or maybe video games is a thing that, like, I want to pursue, right? That's a whole different thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is more of an option nowadays than it was before, but even it's still, like, kind of weird, right?
Yeah, the only choices you really got were your electives.
Yeah. I think understanding how the government works is important. Right?
Yeah.
Like what D Fresh was talking about here, like,
yeah.
Social studies is generic U.S. history in government. I think that's a great class. It's important, right? Understanding how the government works and, like, but a lot of that stuff I wouldn't start teaching until later on, like later high school.
I mean, I didn't have government until senior year.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I had
that's good.
That's when I had econ and government.
Yeah, because, like, government I think is important to start teaching to people once they, like, are in a position where they can start voting, mm-hmm. right? It's like once you get into that, like, junior senior year, you're like, okay, you're getting ready to be able to vote. Here's how you need to understand how to learn the information that will allow you to make decisions on what you want.
Yeah.
Right? And then all of the relevant things that are, like, trickled down beyond that, right? So, how to form an opinion.
I wish they had... The other thing, too, is I wish they had, like, better descriptions of the electives that are offered. Because my freshman year, I was trapped in 2 electives that just
weren't what you thought they were?
Just utterly sucked.
Oh, that sucks.
I was in, what was it? Digital... It was like some sort of... It was like a sneaky way of saying you're on the yearbook team.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
And I was like... I got into the class, I was like, oh, this is just yearbook.
Yeah. You know what's really weird?
Hated it.
The college, or the high school that I went to, never had art as an available elective.
What?
Nope. was not an option.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a big school.
Yeah. The only I liked my business. I can't remember. It was Intro to Marketplace, which I don't know why. I don't know why I chose these things for my freshman year.
There were probably things that you were vaguely interested in,
Yeah.
or were the most interesting of the options at the time.
Intro to Marketplace, though, I'm like, what was I thinking?
You might have
genuinely?
misunderstood what it was.
Maybe. Yeah.
Which is
Oh,
entirely
definitely.
possible.
That's why I'm like descriptions. They need better descriptions of like what they're actually offering.
Well, I think it would be cool if there was an option for like kids to be able to like audit a class. Like, hey, here are the electives for next year that you will have the option to be able to take.
Yeah.
Are any of these something that you'd like to sit in on to learn if this is something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
And then you just like, you have like a half day where, because if you think about it, like the years all do different. So maybe like those teachers come in and teach classes
Yeah.
for those kids who are interested. And you just take one day where all of the years just go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go from like your freshman year to your sophomore year. And like the sophomore teachers teach the freshmen a class that they're interested in for their electives, right?
And you could do it during like, you could even make it a full day and it just be like a trial.
Yeah, you
like
just,
a whole
go
trial
through.
day, and you go to the different, like, you do the different periods that are in the day, but you just go to the different classes that you are maybe interested in.
Yep.
Because then you can try out. In my case, I think we had 8, maybe it was just 7 with the lunch period, like 7 different classes that you can choose between and to try out and see if you would want to do them. I do like that. All his angst and strangest musings pressed into our thoughts before, quote the students nevermore. The funny thing is, I do actually really love Edgar Allan Poe. Like, as much as I had to annotate The Raven, I did also have to learn a lot about Edgar Allan Poe himself, and I do really enjoy his writing. So much so that I have a book of like not all of, but maybe like a lot of his short stories and poems in like a collection.
Yeah, see, that's cool. I feel like that's a worthwhile thing that you learned in school.
Yeah. But did I need to annotate The Raven 3 times? No. Probably just once.
Would you have had the same level of interest in Edgar Allan Poe if you didn't?
Probably, because I did most of the like research on him as a person in the first year of annotating it. The first time that we annotated it.
That's fair. Tech Elf said, as a former high school teacher and now college professor, a good teacher makes things relevant to their classes. I 100% agree with that. And I think good teachers do a great job of doing that.
Yeah.
I think the problem is not all teachers are really good, which is a bummer.
School does start way too early and goes on too long. I agree. At least in high school. I feel like in elementary school, kids tend to wake up earlier because they have such an early bedtime. And so that makes sense that it starts so early. And also for parents who like work early, they can take their kids to school and then go to work. But for high school, that's a period of life where like high schoolers
it's like a weird transition.
They just sleep in because their bodies are like that. It's just kind of the internal clock that makes that shift, and so it makes it really tough to wake up that early.
Yeah. Tech Elf. I'm actually really curious. He says a former high school teacher, now college professor, good teacher, makes things relevant to their classes. What do you teach now? I'm very curious.
Ghost Hunter, that is really sad. Edgar Allan Poe had a lot of loss in his life, and it's pretty devastating actually when you really learn about it.
That sucks.
All of the women that were important to him in his life, like mother, stepmother, love interest, you name it, died of tuberculosis.
Oh, shoot.
Terrible. Nick, yes, but mostly just in advanced English classes. I didn't take any advanced English classes because I didn't care that much. And we didn't read any Shakespeare.
You know what's I find really interesting is that I tend to use a lot of fancy words, but I am terrible at writing. like I have a good foundation of like what words mean what, and I am wrong sometimes, which is okay. Um, but I am just I don't writing is not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at it the more I have to do it for like
Work.
daily life and work things, but
Yeah.
I was so bad at it as a kid.
Zazen, yes. That.
Technical theater.
Alpaca lipstick.
I teach students to go out into the workforce and succeed. That's nice.
That's awesome, Tech Elf. Great job.
That is a really important class.
So Sori said, so would green/black layered with dark green camo highlighted. Hold on. What's up?
With green black layered with dark green camo, highlighted with green camo, make decent box art Imperial Guard green. Okay, so black green, dark green camo, with green camo. Yeah. I don't know if it would be exactly the same. So sorry. It's been a while. There's a couple of different iterations of Imperial Guard green throughout the years. So it kind of depends on which specific green you're looking for. I would say, however, that would make a good green for Imperial Guard.
Zazen, I did watch that movie. I loved it. Not only was it Edgar Allan Poe, but it was also Christian Bale. So, fantastic. Great movie.
Man, there's nothing that bugs me more about like my experience with schooling than my first introduction to like what college would be like.
Oh, they were so... High school teachers are the worst when it comes to talking about college.
I don't know if I would say that. My specific situation was I had an absolutely epic junior year where I learned about computer programming.
Mm-hmm.
I literally took a full course for the entire year of C++
Mm-hmm.
for computer programming, and I loved it. I was so into it. It clicked with me perfectly, the way that my brain thinks and all that stuff. And then I did Running Start the next year, which is like where you go and you do college stuff.
Yeah.
And I went into a class and I was like, hey, I don't think I should be in this class because I know all of the things that you're talking about because you're teaching the thing that I already spent a whole year learning. I was like, is there a way for me to like test out of the class so I can take a class that's more appropriate for what I'm, where my level is at? And I was told that flat out, no.
That's crazy.
Like, this sucks. Screw this. I'm not going to class anymore.
My high school teachers always were like, this would not fly in college. When you guys get to college, you're not going to be able to do stuff like this. And then you find out all the things that actually do fly in college.
That is awesome, Tech Elf. Tech Elf is a faculty advisor for your university's D&D club.
Ooh.
We also paint minis once a month. That's fantastic.
That's cool. Yeah, high school generally just was unenjoyable for me. I wish I had more... I wish there were more things that I could have spent my time learning that were more exciting to me. Would have loved to take a coding class.
It's really cool.
I think that would have been really fun.
Do you like math? Are you a big math person?
I do, actually. I did really like math. As much as I don't use it, algebra was really fun for me.
The way that I would describe like computer programming to somebody is it's like it's a big process thing. So it's like it's a fancy way of describing simple, like, at least at a base level. It gets a lot more complicated, but it's a lot of like the whole structure of it at a base level is like if-then statements. So it's like, if something does this,
I love dependencies.
then it does that, right? So if you love that kind of stuff, you would like a lot of programming.
When I was playing around with the Trello board, I had so much fun doing that stuff.
Yeah.
It was all just if-then statements.
Yep.
It was so fun.
And it's all about figuring out the most efficient way to write a complex thing. Like, there's an elegance to completing a solution in with programming in like the least amount of functions possible, which I always found to be like really, really fun and cool, where it's like, oh, I can do this thing, but it's kind of ham-fisted and it works, but it's way more steps than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you learn a thing that you're like, oh, this allows me to do all of these things in like 2 steps.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's sweet.
Ryan, that's awesome. That's super cool. Jay Tyler said, some of my friends' minis of fantasy characters are printed out of resin. They seem brittle and will break. Are there more durable resin product, or is part of the process deficit?
So Jay Tyler, generally speaking, when it comes to 3D printed miniatures, which is I'm assuming what you're talking about, you can confirm or deny this. But generally speaking, most miniatures that are produced by a company that are not 3D printed are generally going to be a little bit more durable than what I think you're talking about. Brittle's not how I would typically describe any miniature that's made out of resin or plastic. Those are pretty durable solutions, or metal, obviously, as well. 3D printed models, historically, are relatively brittle. You can buy different types of resin to make your miniatures out of. Some are more durable than others. Some are designed to be a little bit more flexible. The trick with that is just finding the right material to use to make those miniatures. Now, typically, there's a little bit of a trade-off when you do that. If you typically buy like a more durable, flexible resin, you're not going to get as good resolution or detail on the miniatures that are getting painted. The more brittle ones are going to be a lot more crisp. So it's an interesting trade-off of like, do I go with something that's more brittle but looks better, or do I go with something that's a little bit more durable but is a little softer on the detail? Tech Elf. My big thing while teaching is letting the students figure out what they really want to do. Once out of college, it's not the time to figure out what you really want to do. Yeah, honestly, that was the big problem that I had. Although the frustration for me is I felt like I never had the opportunity to learn what I wanted to do or explore the things that I was interested before I got to the point at college level where I have to pay to do these things, right? I shouldn't have to pay a bunch of money and go into debt to figure out that I don't want to do something.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't compute in my brain, which is why I didn't go to college. I tried it a couple of times. I went into debt and did some stuff, and I was just like, I hate this experience because I don't know what I want to do. It worked out eventually, I'm here, but it's, it took me a long time before I figured out what I really had a passion for.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody who really enjoys doing a lot of different things.
Yeah. Nick, I will have to check out Code Academy.
Yeah, there's a lot of great resources for learning how to code.
Free college in Europe. You pay for it in other ways, though, I feel. Right? Generally, that's how those things work.
Baby J, come to Europe, free college. I mean, yeah. I don't really need to go at this point.
It's coming out of somewhere.
The funny thing is, like, every single person that I've talked to who's gone to, like, art school has, without exception, said, it's not worth it, don't go.
Yeah.
Don't bother. They're like, you can literally just learn all of the things that we're learning.
Yeah.
By just Googling it.
I think it'd be really fun to go to like a trade school that specifically you learn about like designer embroidering. There's this person that I followed on Instagram who went to a school like that, and she learned how to do like crazy embroidering stuff, which would be super cool. But
if you're good at art, you don't need to go to art school. That I don't agree with. Well, let me rephrase. If you are good at art, you still need to learn how to do art. You don't necessarily need to go to school, and if you're bad, you don't need to necessarily go to school, but you do need to learn. Because even if you're naturally good at doing art, which I would say I was pretty naturally good at doing it, I think largely just because I liked to do it, so I just did it more often. It's funny because when I went to one of the college courses that I took was an intro to drawing class, and I thought I was the shit. I thought I was awesome. Turns out, I was not that good. Not at least when I look back at it now, I was like, I was okay. I was not good.
Mm.
And now that I have better eyes to be able to see these things, I look back at like the mental images of the art that I used to do at the time, and I was like, I was not good enough then to know that I wasn't good enough. Right? So I think that's the problem that a lot of people have, is a lot of people are not good enough to realize that they are not good.
Mm. It is 4:02.
We're drawing. Oh, hey, look at that.
Check that out.
It's time.
It's time.
So we are going to close up for the night. We're going to let Shelby go home.
I've got to go to the gym.
And we're going to get some links up here for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Sorry Jason couldn't be here. I'm pretty sure he'll be here tomorrow. Hopefully. We'll see about that. Jen should definitely be back tomorrow, I imagine.
Yeah. You won't have to deal with me again.
Correct. I agree with you, Tech Elf. I wish I had... It's tough because at that age, you don't really understand when somebody's like, hey, I think you have a lot of potential. I think you're doing a great job, but I don't think you're as good as you think you are. Or you are not as good as you think you are.
Ghost Hunter said 4,566 piles of dirt in the Discord.
I love it. I love it. If you are also a pile of dirt, come join us on the Discord. And
awesome.
Enjoy more dirt-like things with your friends.
Today's shoulders and abs. There will be no deadlifts.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Let's go ahead and check out all the links. Make sure you check out the monumenthobbies.com link. Figure out or pick up all the paints that we've been using on stream today. These will hopefully be available soon from that same link.
Soon to you.
In addition to that, make sure you guys check out the FLGS link. So you guys find local stores to support near you. We love having you guys support your local game stores. It's always a great place to meet new hobby nerds near you and just generally have some fun. Make sure you check out the YouTube link. We got all of our YouTube shorts up on there. We're working on some long-form video content in addition to the rest of the long-form video content that we have. You can also find all of our old streams. If you missed any, you can find all of our live streams cataloged under the live tab. And I'm missing another thing. Oh, in our Discord link. Yep. Check out our Discord link. Lots of piles of dirt. In the best of ways.
The best way.
We're going to find somebody to raid you guys. Don't forget we stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we are going to, looks like we're going to raid into Marco Frazzoni.
Yeah.
You guys have a wonderful evening. We will see you all bright and shiny early
Manana.
at 2 o'clock tomorrow.